Hey everybody, this is Hannah and I'm back with another Green Chef review. Remember, I am not sponsored in any way by Green Chef, so these opinions are completely my opinions and just want to share them with other Green Chef customers so they can find the best meals for them. So I always unpack my meal pretty much in the same way. I take everything out of the bag, and then I always take one of the bags and make it my trash. And then I just keep that next to my cutting board. And then as I am prepping my veggies and unwrapping the bits and pieces for the meal, I just put the garbage into that one sack. So I go ahead and do all that, get everything undone. This meal that we are going to be taste testing today is grilling cheese with chimichurri. And I have to tell you, my family loves cheese. And when I saw that there was an entire meal where the protein is actually cheese, not chicken or fish or beef, but cheese, we were very excited. So this is definitely one that was on my list of Green Chef meals to try right away. And we were not disappointed. So there's a little spoiler for you. It is really, really good. I think if you like cheese, you're probably gonna like this. My daughter Addison's keeping me busy while I am prepping dinner. And so we were just having a little chit chat, and she was having some milk, and I was prepping here some butternut squash that you have to peel with a vegetable peeler first, and then you dice it up. And I have to tell you, man, peeling butternut squash with a veggie peeler, not easy. I did finally get through it all and got all the butternut squash chopped up into kind of like little bite-sized pieces. That's really all you need to do here. And get it all done. Then it's time for the red bell pepper. I always rinse everything off after it comes out of the little plastic bags that these come in. I don't think they're washed, so I just like to really make sure I get them good and clean. So there's the red bell pepper and then mushrooms. And remember, I'm doing enough of this meal for 4 people. So this is 4 servings of this Green Chef meal. That's why I have 2 bags and 2 of everything. If you were buying this Green Chef meal and it's just you wanted 2 servings, you would just have one of these bags. And so here I am washing these mushrooms up, and I know they say to wipe them off with a paper towel. I know you're not supposed to get them wet, but honestly, I just want them good and clean, so I still rinse them off. And then I get slicing. It's a lot of mushrooms, but again, my family loves mushrooms just like they do cheese. So this is really kind of a meal made just for us. Now this meal is keto and gluten-free. And if you remember, I have to eat gluten-free. And the bonus here is that it's keto. And my husband and I do try to reduce a lot of the carbs that we eat. So this works great for us. And I've got the onions sliced up. And now it is time to slice up the cheese, the grilling cheese. So you take the big block of cheese and then you slice it in half to kind of give you 2 thinner squares. Once those are lined up and sliced, then you are going to take the prepackaged cumin spice, and you're going to season both sides with the cumin and some salt and pepper. So you're seasoning your cheese, slabs of cheese, which are absolutely delicious after cooked. If you've never cooked with grilling cheese, it's quite an experience. And if you have a cheese lover in your family, I highly recommend this meal. I put a little bit of avocado oil in a black cast iron skillet because after you saute these veggies, they've got to get popped into the oven. So that's why I'm using my cast iron. In this little tiny dish over there, I've opened up the pepitas, which are little pumpkin seeds. And I'm just giving them a light toast in a little tiny skillet. That's the cabbage, getting that open, and I'm gonna give it a rough chop on the cutting board here in a few minutes, but first I've gotta make some room on the cutting board, so I'm loading the sweet potatoes into the cast iron, and I'm gonna let them sizzle up a little bit and start cooking. And then we're gonna toss the pepitas. I could kind of hear them popping in the background, so you don't wanna burn them. You gotta watch really close. And as they are starting to heat, they'll start popping just a little bit, and you'll want to keep them tossed. And then just shut them off and let them sit over there and wait for you. So here we are, butternut squash. It's getting started, getting a little brown on some of the edges. That's my little plastic silicone handle for my cast iron skillets, because those handles get hot, that I was sliding on there. Now I'm getting out a non-stick skillet. I'm kind of getting prepped and ready to cook that cheese. Meanwhile, it's time to add the rest of the vegetables into the cast iron. So in go the mushrooms, the onions, the red bell peppers. Once I get everything in there, oh, also that cabbage. Once I get it all in there, I'm just gonna kind of give it a good toss, get it all incorporated. You're gonna let it saute for just a few minutes by itself here in this cast iron skillet, and then we're gonna pop it into the oven. Salt and pepper always, kind of seasoned to taste there. Now the cheese is very salty, so my recommendation is that you do not oversalt these veggies at this point. Okay, here we are. They're not cooked all the way through. They're just getting started, and into a 400-degree oven they go, which I had already preheated. I read the instructions on the Green Chef meal card, which I love their instructions. They are very clear, step by step. I really enjoy them. And it told me to preheat the oven very first. So that's what I had done. All right, now we're gonna set the timer for 14 minutes. That's how long those veggies are gonna finish cooking in the oven. Now I'm heating up my non-stick skillet again with avocado oil, because this is where I'm going to place the cheese. Let that oil get good and warm before you put that cheese in there. So in goes the cheese. You can't hear it, but it is sizzling, popping, and really cooking up nicely. Give it a flip. You want it to get a crust, so don't flip them too fast. Really let them sit on one side and create a crust, a nice brown crust. Also, the inside of the cheese is going to get melty, just absolutely melty, but it holds its shape. All right, veggies are out of the oven, folks, and this cheese is looking fantastic. I'm telling you, it's what my husband's dreams are made of. Giving these a final toss here. And we are just about ready to plate. I decided those veggies just needed another minute or two. Plus, the crust wasn't completely done on both sides of my cheese, so I figured I had another minute or two. All right, out they come. Now it's time to plate. Here we go. I'm gonna do my daughter's plate first. Oh, this is the chimichurri sauce. I love this chimichurri sauce. It's so bright. The flavor is delicious. It has a lot of herb in it. You put a little slab of the fried cheese, then you put the veggies. Here's my husband's plate. Big old slab of beautiful cheese. Isn't it amazing how that cheese gets that crust on it? And then a big pile of these delicious veggies. And there's nothing fancy on those veggies. There's hardly any seasoning. They're just sauteed and roasted veggies. But that cheese has a ton of salt. I don't know if you saw that, but I dropped a piece of cabbage into my open silverware drawer. And so then there's the chimichurri sauce. You drizzle that over the top of the veggies and the cheese. And then you're gonna come in with your toasted pepitas and sprinkle those over the top. And that adds a really nice crunch. And voila, there is your completed Green Chef meal, grilling cheese with chimichurri. And as my husband likes to say, tasty. It's one of his favorite Green Chef meals. I totally gave this a thumbs up. We will absolutely order this again. Thanks for watching. I'm going to do a lot more gluten-free reviews, so please subscribe.